Hello, Taurus. It's Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot. Thanks so much for dropping by. We're doing a tarot reading with the lovely Light Seers Tarot today. I'll go ahead and give the deck a great shuffle for you, and I'll meet you on the other side of the shuffle for your reading. See you there. Okay, Taurus, let's see what we've got. Page of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor reversed. The King of Swords, and he's upright. So that's good news. And we're starting with the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, so the Eight of Cups typically is a time when, we got to bail, we got to move on. It's time to hit the road. Something has run its course, or you realize it no longer serves you, it no longer suits you, or there's a new horizon, there's something else you want to explore, you feel called to follow. That's when it's in its upright position. You can even see in this glorious artwork here, the central character in this card is going after a sunrise or maybe a sunset. But in this case, the card is reversed, and of course we notice here that your particular reading, Taurus, has three reversed cards. That's not a bad thing. Reversed cards are not bad. I take them because they amplify, or they give us more vocabulary in the tarot. They show us where energy is moving, shifting, sometimes where energy is moving but not yet ripe, or where maybe negative energy is moving, expelling itself. So it gives us kind of more information, actually. That's why I take reversals. And so with the Eight of Cups, it can be sometimes when you're moving from a place of sorrow or a place of where you just kind of can't take a situation, a toxic situation anymore, and you need to move from darkness to light. But when it's reversed, as it is in your situation, it feels like, and I say this with a lot of respect, that maybe you're hesitating to make a move. You're waiting for maybe another sign, or waiting for a better weekend, or waiting for this summer, or waiting for the school year to end, or there's some sort of hesitation here to make a move that you kind of know you should be making. And I totally get it, and I support you for wanting to be sure you have all your ducks in a row. But I also support your knowing that something has run its course, or something is not feeling right. And I would, I see here in the fact that this card is showing up for you and validating that something is not healthy, that maybe there's a friend or a family member that can assist you in making this shift a little faster. And perhaps we'll see this in the subsequent cards here. Maybe a direction you can go to help you make this move, make this transition a little smoother or faster, because I think we're seeing that an action does need to happen, even if it doesn't. I totally support that it's not the move you want to make right now, but at the same time, there's that emotional piece of you, that emotional intelligence that knows it's a move you kind of need to make. So the next card we have here is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles, pages I read as messengers. They bring messages to you, and I read Pentacles as the suit of resources, usually jobs, sometimes living arrangements, sometimes, actual literal directly finances, but the finances are often tied up or associated with our living arrangement or our jobs and all of the above. So I think that there is some snafu, or you're waiting for some sort of message or paperwork to do with a job or a living situation. And that might be the hesitation here with this move. If you're waiting for something, or you expected to hear something, or you expected someone to get back to you, or you expected a response to some resume submissions or something like that that haven't come through. I would say in this situation that maybe, especially as we're moving into Mercury retrograde season, that, oops, I'm in the shot. Sorry. I would say, I'm trying to say this so delicately. I would say that there is still a continued delay on what you have already submitted, or the paperwork you have already submitted, or somebody is dragging their heels on a response. So it looks like you should continue to submit or make other, have a plan B in your pocket. And I think here we get to the next couple of cards, we get to some options here. So there's, in the middle of your reading here, we have the Emperor. This would typically be a boss figure. This could be, the Emperor card is often associated with Aries specifically. This could be the month of Aries too. We're in Aries season right now. It's associated with April, specifically the number 4. April is the 4th month. And the fact that it's reversed could mean, and I typically don't do timing stuff with tarot, because tarot is terrible with timing. But the fact that it's reversed means I wouldn't bank on what you're looking for to come through in April. It would be more prudent to expect things to come through after April. Whatever, make your plans for coming through after April. And that's also when we have more positive flow after that. We have our upright card after that. That's not to say that this entrepreneur or this Aries won't be helpful or won't come through eventually. If you have an Aries in your life that you're waiting on, or a boss that made a promise, or a boss that promised a job or a promotion, the fact that it's here indicates it could be in the works, but there's a delay here. And, with Mercury retrograde, there's always delays with Mercury retrograde. Sometimes in a Mercury retrograde isn't that it can't happen. It's just something got fouled up, or the timeline got, there's just like issues are uncovered with Mercury, right? It's that sort of thing. There's something in the works for you, but the delay suggests that you should make other plans if you can. So, like, if your lease runs out on, your rental property, I would have a contingency plan to stay with your sister or with your old college roommate or something like that until this promotion comes through, or this job comes through. It's just that the timing of this is an issue. It feels to me, it really feels to me like there's this kind of a thing where you need to leave a relationship or a living situation or a job situation for something else that hasn't yet been created or organized or restructured. And so there's kind of this mushy phase where you don't have a place to live, or you don't have an office yet or something. And I'm so sorry for that kind of messiness for you, but I will say, when we get to the end of the reading, or maybe it's after Mercury retrograde, and I hate that it's so like, typical, Mercury retrograde, but it really looks like after that we have this really lovely, discerning, crisp, solid stability with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is, and this could be here. He doesn't want to be in focus, but it's this very discerning energy. It's this very crisp edge, like no fooling, no waffling. We know what this is. So this could be another boss. This could be a relationship, a partner who is very clear. The communication is clear. If you're waiting on an invitation for a job interview, it's precise. The communication is clear. If you're waiting for a communication from a romantic partner, you know where you stand with this partner. If you're waiting for communication or a judgment to come down, like in regard to, I don't know, child support or escrow closing, any sort of legal or banking issue, the judgment comes down. It comes down in your favor. It's clear. The terms are clear. I say that because the King of Swords can also, sometimes he's not an actual person or a boss, but he can be a legal matter, a judge, something like that. So, and it's a clear, concise, swift judgment. So this is kind of intense, Taurus. I'm just going to review here, because we go from this place where it looks like you need to make a change, and you need to make a change, but there's some sort of hesitancy or some sort of delay. And whether that's, for some of you, it may be on your end, just not wanting to make the change, or not quite being, knowing you need to make the change, but not being quite ready within yourself to make the change. And this sort of advice inherent in this card is to reach out to a friend or a family member to help give you the support you need, maybe to help you pack, or a place to stay, or just, an ear, shoulder to cry on, to someone to commiserate at the, over pancakes or at the bar or whatever, to help give you that sort of courage to take the next steps. Maybe you formulate an action plan. It looks like you're waiting on some kind of news or message, interview, job, promotion, opportunity in terms of finances, living arrangement, job, internship, something like that. And I'm so sorry to tell you, it looks like there's a continued delay in that area. It will be forthcoming, but possibly not when you think it will, possibly after Mercury retrograde, or later in Mercury sort of retrograde season, or later in April than you expected. If you have a boss or know like an Aries person that you're waiting on news from, they could be helpful, but again, not exactly when you need it, or they might not have the help you need exactly when you're looking for it. They could be more harsh, or they could have terms that don't seem fair or might seem one-sided at first. You might want to wait on any agreements until Mercury is out of retrograde. I haven't had such a Mercury retrograde reading in all of the other signs. It seems especially specific to you, Taurus. But I would just be really sure if you're waiting on any sort of contracts or terms that come in during Mercury retrograde, I'm not saying don't sign anything during Mercury retrograde, just be really sure you understand that you're clear on the terms and conditions and that they are fair for you. Otherwise, you might want to wait, even if you're in kind of a mushy, in between needing to stay at your sister's or at a friend's place, kind of a place, because after there will be an offer, an agreement, a decision that is clear and concise and fair, and you'll want to wait until you are sure. And there will be an agreement or an offer and a contract or a communication that seems very clear, very concise, and you will know that it's the one for you. Okay. Phew, Taurus. I hope that is helpful. I hope that gives you some clarity, some food for thought, some direction. In any case, thank you so much for stopping by. Please take good care of yourself. And until next time, bye for now.